So now we're going to turn our attention back to various threading and concurrency mechanisms that are available in Java. And we're going to talk about a particularly interesting class called the FutureTask. And I'm going to explain first what a FutureTask is and how it provides a cancelable asynchronous computation model that implements the future and runnable interfaces. So basically what it does is it can be used to convey the result from a thread that's running an asynchronous computation to one or more threads that want to process the results of that asynchronous computation. And it implements a couple of different interfaces. So it implements something called runnable future, as you can see here. And runnable future, in turn, implements runnable and implements future. So it's a runnable future. And there's various reasons why they kind of combine them together into a single interface called runnable future. And we'll be talking about this. So one of the things you can do with a future task is you can start it, because it's basically has the ability to run, and you can also cancel it. So there's methods that can be used to start a future task, because you can pass it as a parameter to a thread because it's a runnable. So it's got a run hook method. And then you also have a way of canceling it because it's also a future. So it has a cancel method. And as we'll see, it's most common that a future task instance and its computation therein will be started and run in the context of a thread in the Java thread pool executor. You can do it other ways, but that's by far the most common way to do it, with something like a fixed thread pool or a cached thread pool or so on and so forth. Because it's a future, you can also query a future task to see if the computation has completed yet, or you can also check to see if it's been canceled. So you can check to see if it's done, which indicates it's completed. You can also check to see if it's been canceled, which indicates someone has canceled it. And then the final thing you can do with a future task, which is the interesting part in some sense, is get the results of its computations. So it's got a pair of get methods, just like a future, because of course it implements future. So you can get it either blocking or you can get it in a timed way. So that's a very quick introduction to FutureTask. As you can see, it's pretty simple in terms of the interface. It combines the ability of runnable to run in the context, typically in a thread pool, using thread pool executor. And then you also have the ability to do things on it to see if it's finished, because it implements the future interface. So basically, it's a very simple class in a lot of ways, but it can be used for some powerful capabilities. And we're going to take a look at some of those in just a moment.